OP characters are boring.
I don't like where this is going.
This is the most common conception of people when it comes to overpowered characters. Because a character that can take all of its enemies can lead to a character that is uninteresting. That is why writing a overpowered character is hard without the writers adding some conflicts and weakness to the character to make it more interesting. But how can you make an overpowered character relatable and interesting at the same time? In today's video, we're going to look at a global media form which is anime, such as One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100. So these two anime really hit the park on how to make a relatable and interesting character that is overpowered. So let's start off with the anime called Mob Psycho 100. So the main character here is Shigeru Kageyama, a 14-year-old middle schooler in Salt Middle School, and a sidekick that has an incredible amount of power, while experiencing the unique challenges of life. But how can he be challenged if he is an overpowered character? So Mob believes that using his powers to hurt others is bad. Even if he is born with this incredible power, his personality and principles makes him humanly relatable than he really is. So we can compare this idea to Superman. Superman wasn't originally born from Earth. He was originally from Krypton, but he grew up on Earth, which makes him one of us, which makes him human. So he adapted and learned from his parents, Martha Kent and Jonathan Kent, on how to be kind. Because of how he was raised, he has the notion of understanding, is sympathetic, and straightforward with his words and actions. So as much as they are both overpowered characters, Mob and Superman, it doesn't make them fully invulnerable. Yes, they have some weakness like Superman on Kryptonite, but what makes them relatable is their psychological view of life and their internal conflicts on how they handled this life in their own worlds. But Saitama, on the other hand, is a little bit different. He didn't awaken his powers like Mob and Superman did, but he intensively trained to be that powerful. So Saitama, Mob, and Superman have the power that it's too great, that if they misuse it and didn't control it, they could go berserk. So what exactly did the writers do to make them relatable and interesting despite that most of their fights are always winnable? So in general, conflicts are the ones that makes the story more interesting. With action-based stories, the conflicts are usually lied in the fights or the duels for the character to achieve their goal. So there are basically three kinds of conflict: social conflicts, physical conflicts, and psychological conflicts. So in these cases, the writers are usually use the psychological conflicts to cancel out this invulnerability of these main characters have. So take Superman for example. He's basically a trailblazer in the DC Extended Universe because he can beat anything in his path and nothing can stop him. Well, except Kryptonite.
From me to you.
But what makes him interesting is the writers use this psychological conflicts or emotional aspect of the character for the viewer to anticipate. So the writers usually use their relationships as a way to test their emotional levels. Like for example, Superman has an unyielding care for humanity, and that is the reason why he saves and protects the Earth. And that's the reason why he wants to preserve the best of it. Like for example, Mob with his friends and family, and Saitama to, well, supermarket sales.
来週の土曜もう終わりでということは今日がスーパーの特売日じゃねえか
But what makes these stories great is that the writers always test their emotional levels, that they can be rageful, that they can feel sadness, they can feel frustrated, and etc., that all of us can feel too. Like for example, Saitama with the feeling of numbness with his overpowering self.
恐怖も緊張も喜びも怒りも感じなくなってしまった。力と引き換えに人として大切な何かを失ってしまったのだろうか。
Mob has this meter or this percentage that if it hits 100% that he can go berserk with either rage or any emotions. And the same with Superman. But what keeps them sane is that their friends and family and companions are always there to support them. And that helping and saving others and showing kindness and compassion is what creates this symbol of hope. So it shows that even in the end of the day, even with these overpowering abilities that they have, they're not special than a normal human being. They're still able to show kindness and compassion, and that's what makes them relatable. And that's what makes an OP character interesting. So thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. And if you're a Hollywood executive, please do a better job. So I hope you enjoyed, and if you have some thoughts and anything that you want to say, please share it in the comment section below, and I think that will be a great discussion to have. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and see you soon. Cheers.